Hey you guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Paloma. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'm a student at SUNY New Paltz. I'm a sophomore. I'm an organismal biology major. So for today's video, I thought I would kind of just get cozy and put on a nice sweater and kind of curl up in bed. Partly because there's not really anywhere to film in my room, but also because I felt like today's video kind of warranted a nice cozy setup. So I'm going to be talking about kind of my experience so far in college in terms of like my mental and emotional health, as well as my physical health, and kind of talking about things that I've done to kind of boost all of those things to make myself feel a little bit more in control. But this is really just my personal experience kind of dealing with my mental and emotional health, especially in college. So for those of you guys who have missed or been away from 2020, it's kind of been a shit show. It's been a very difficult year, especially for students, for everyone really, but as a student I can definitely attest to the fact that it's been very difficult. I've definitely felt my mental health deteriorating over these last few weeks that I've been in classes. Definitely had my fair share of breakdowns and have definitely considered going home. I've considered dropping classes. So yeah, I mean, it's been a really rough few weeks. So I really wanted to just get on here and start sharing things that I've done that have really helped me to kind of boost my energy levels, to kind of feel a little bit more in control, because it's really easy, especially with everything that's going on, to feel very much out of control. So one of the first things that I do is to establish a routine for myself. I think with so much that is uncertain and so many things that are changing constantly, it's really hard to feel like you have a routine anymore. And so for me, what I personally like to do is the night before, I'll kind of sit at my desk or I'll sit in bed, and I'll kind of plan out almost hour by hour what my day is going to look like the next morning, starting from the next morning until when I go to bed. And obviously, you know, nothing is certain. Things change all of the time. Things may come up, things may not. I think I might not have to do as much as I thought I did. I might have to do a little bit more than I thought I would have to. Things might take longer or shorter than I thought they would. So obviously, nothing is certain. So that's something I really like to do. It really helps me to kind of get a jump start on the day. I don't even have to think about what I have to do next because I already have it planned out. So kind of part of that routine, I love drinking tea in the morning. I find it super relaxing, super calming. There's two brands of tea that I really love drinking, partly because they're really sustainable and organic teas, and so they're super good for the environment. But also just because I think it's very calming and relaxing just to have something in the morning that's not necessarily going to make you as jittery as coffee would. So I really do enjoy drinking teas in the mornings. Another part of my morning routine that I really enjoy doing that really helps me to kind of focus and recenter myself is to meditate. Obviously, meditation is not for everyone. Some people, and what meditation is for certain people is completely different than what it is for other people. I think that during this time, it's been really difficult for me to kind of prioritize myself and my mental health And so just early in the morning before I have to do anything else, sometimes I will meditate. I will link the meditation videos down below that I use. They're super short, anywhere from 5 minutes to 15 minutes. And I usually do mine in the mornings, but if I feel anxious throughout the day, sometimes I'll just, when I'm at my desk, put on one of those videos and just take some time for myself to really deep breathe and focus. So I really love meditating. It's super helpful. I don't do it every single day. I haven't done it these last few days because I felt pretty good these last couple days. But if I do come into a point in time where I'm really anxious or I have a lot of stuff going on, meditation is definitely something that I love to do. The next thing that I really have been doing lately, or trying to do lately, is really eat a well-balanced breakfast. And obviously, like, college and hormones and everything don't always permit for the healthiest of eating. One of the things that I really enjoy making in the morning is just some microwaved oatmeal, and I'll just chop up some like fresh fruit, or I'll put in some like almond butter or peanut butter or something into there. I just get my stuff from the local grocery store here. So yeah, I really just have been enjoying making my oatmeal or making some yogurt and some stuff like that. That's super easy and super well balanced and healthy, and it really gives your body a really good boost of energy really early in the morning. I was realizing last week that there were days when I, at night, laying in bed, would realize that I hadn't drinking any water that day. Like, I had my cup of tea, which is like maybe like 8 ounces, 12 ounces of water, but that was really it, and it was really bad. And the next day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start drinking water. I got my reusable mug or coffee cup or whatever, and I was just filling it constantly with water. And not to force yourself to drink water, of course, but just to make sure that you're staying really hydrated, because it prevents headaches, and it increases energy, and it's really just like good to maintain health. And of course, like, maintaining your physical health also helps to maintain your mental and emotional health. So drinking lots and lots of water, in the morning, even just like right when I wake up, I drink a cup of water. It really helps to just like reset my body a little bit, rehydrate. Your body loses a lot of water when you sleep. So just to drink lots and lots of water is super duper important. So I just grab my reusable water bottle and fill it up. But yeah. The next thing, that seems all of these things kind of seem pretty simple and standard things, but is really, the next thing I really like to is just go outside. I live on campus. I live in New Paltz. I live on the SUNY New Paltz campus, and it's beautiful here. We have beautiful little ponds everywhere with little benches and things to sit, and so it's really nice for me just to go outside, just to go for a little walk, sit by the water. I just received a picnic blanket in the mail, and so I can definitely link that one down below for sure. But just to be able to go outside and be in the fresh air, and just to be surrounded by peaceful nature. And it's also really nice to be around people. Obviously, with social distancing rules and with wearing masks and everything, it's really hard to feel like you're still part of a community, especially if you're living on campus. And so just to be around people, and be around people that are smiling and laughing and still finding ways to have fun even amongst all of the chaos, is really refreshing. So I love just going out and sitting outside, and being in fresh air. That's definitely something that has helped me these last few weeks. The next thing that really has helped me a lot personally is really to stay in touch with friends and family. When I talk with my friends, I am able to kind of step out of my little bubble of school and anxiety and ridiculousness and think about the summer and make plans for our futures together. And it's really nice just to have those moments where you're not so trapped in the moment and you can really just escape and really enjoy connecting with people that you love. And then also just connecting with family. My brother lives in DC, and so I rarely get to see him, let alone during quarantine. And obviously, like, my mom and her husband Steve live in Arizona with my dog and my cat, and so obviously I can't, fly home on the weekends. Like, that's not really an option for me. And so just calling them and FaceTiming them and really just staying connected with them is really, even though it's not the same, it's definitely nice that we still have the opportunity to connect over the phone, and just to stay connected with one another is really nice. So I was actually going through a really good period in my life over like maybe a couple weeks ago. I felt very accomplished, obviously. Things happen and I didn't necessarily feel that way for so long, but I really had a moment where I was really proud of myself. And so I decided to write myself a letter. I used a website, I can link it down below, and it's a website that allows you to write an email to your future self. And so I wrote to my future self and I scheduled it to be sent on the day or around the day of my graduation from college. And I really just wanted to kind of express my excitement for my future, and also just to say that, despite all of the craziness and despite all of the stress that I had gone through and certainly will go through these next few years, that I've made it and that I survived it, and that I came out the other side stronger because of all of the things that I had experienced. And then, like I said, didn't really last that long, that feeling of accomplishment. I maybe a few days later had one of the worst experiences, where it wasn't even like a specific thing that kind of set me off. It was just kind of general stress and anxiety and panic, and I was really just not feeling good at all, mentally and emotionally. And I did the exact same thing. I wrote myself a letter after I cried it out and after I went through almost an entire box of tissues. I sat down at my computer and I wrote myself another letter. And I talked about how sad I was and how anxious I was and how uncertain I was of the future, and how lonely I felt. And I think it's also important to kind of document that too. It's nice that when I have moments of happiness and joy and the feelings of accomplishment that I get to record those, because it's nice to know that you had those feelings. But I think it's also really important to document the low points in your life, because when you read those things again in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years from now, and you've gone through a lot more sadness in your life, it's nice to know that you're capable of overcoming those feelings, and that those things aren't permanent, that they will eventually fade. And I think when you're experiencing, especially when you're in quarantine and everything, when you're experiencing a really low point and you're experiencing a lot of sadness, it's really hard to feel like those things are going to end. And being able to record those things and look back at them in the future just reminds you that those things are not forever, and that you're not going to be alone forever, and you're not going to be in pain forever. And so having that reminder is really important. And I felt like it was something I really wanted to do and almost kind of needed to do. And so it was nice that I got to do that. So yeah, those are all of the things that I do in college to kind of boost my mental health. And obviously not all of these things may be for everyone. You guys may have your own strategies that work for you, and that's amazing. So yeah, those are all of my things I do in college. I'm sure this list will change. I'll definitely make more videos kind of talking about these things. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while. Obviously I've been going through a lot, but I have a lot of really exciting things coming, a lot of videos that I'm planning that I'm super duper excited for. So yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are being safe and wearing masks and being socially distanced as much as you can. And I will see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.